Flames engulf towering shelves of scrolls as smoke rises above the great harbor of Alexandria, the ancient world's knowledge under siege. Scholars flee clutching papyrus bundles, their faces lit by firelight, the air thick with ash and the cries of a city in chaos. Conceived in the 3rd century BC, the Library of Alexandria was founded by Ptolemy II Philadelphus as a beacon to gather all recorded human knowledge from every known land. Located in the royal quarter, it formed the heart of the Mautian, a great research complex and temple dedicated to the 9 muses, patrons of arts, science, and inspiration. Architects designed vast marble halls with towering cedar shelves, reading rooms bathed in sunlight, and scroll catalogs carved meticulously into wooden panels for scholars. Teams of translators worked tirelessly, turning Greek, Egyptian, Babylonian, Indian, and other texts into Greek so the wisdom of many civilizations could be studied in one place. Every ship docking at Alexandria's harbor was searched for books. Scrolls were copied by scribes before the originals were returned to their owners or stored in the library. Its collection spanned mathematics, astronomy, medicine, history, philosophy, engineering, poetry, and sacred texts, each carefully cataloged for study and preservation. Egyptian texts recorded Nile flood cycles. Babylonian tablets mapped the stars. Indian treatises explained medicine. Greek works advanced logic, politics, and geometry. Astronomers observed the heavens from nearby observatories, refining theories of the cosmos and preserving knowledge that would inspire future generations. Physicians dissected animals, studied disease, and experimented with treatments centuries ahead of their time, guided by ancient Egyptian and Greek medical traditions. Mathematicians improved geometry, calculated Earth's circumference, and documented engineering methods later lost to history after the library's fall. The library attracted brilliant minds from across the Mediterranean, creating a melting pot of ideas that blended cultures, methods, and philosophies into new discoveries. It stood as a symbol of intellectual unity, a place where knowledge from distant lands could coexist without borders or prejudice, fostering dialogue and innovation. Yet its fate was tied to the shifting tides of power in the ancient world, and the ambitions of empires would one day turn Alexandria's treasures into collateral damage. In 48 BC, during Julius Caesar's siege of Alexandria, fires set to block enemy ships spread from the docks toward parts of the royal quarter. Ancient accounts suggest the flames may have reached warehouses storing scrolls, though debate remains over whether the main library itself was damaged. Even if not fully destroyed, portions of its holdings were likely lost, a wound to human knowledge that would deepen in the centuries to come. The city's turbulent history saw repeated conflicts, each potentially eroding the library's vast archives and scattering its scholars to distant lands. In the 3rd century AD, fighting during Emperor Aurelian's campaign to reclaim Alexandria may have destroyed parts of the library and its smaller daughter collections. Later, under Emperor Theodosius I, edicts against pagan temples may have led to further losses, as the Mautian sacred status no longer offered protection. Some historians believe the final blow came in the 7th century AD, during the Muslim conquest of Egypt. The records are conflicting and often contradictory. The true cause of its final destruction remains uncertain, lost to time like the texts it once guarded, leaving historians to piece together fragments of the truth. What is certain is that thousands of works vanished, unique manuscripts never copied, voices of antiquity silenced forever by fire, neglect, and political upheaval. Among the losses were works of Sappho's poetry, lost tragedies of Aeschylus, and scientific treatises by Archimedes that existed only in single copies. Knowledge of distant lands, early inventions, and philosophical debates disappeared, altering the pace of human progress for centuries. Over time, myths romanticized the library as an endless marble labyrinth filled with golden light and infinite shelves, a vision both inspiring and tragic. In reality, it was a functioning research center, alive with the voices of scholars debating, scribes copying texts, and travelers bringing news from across the world. The loss slowed the rediscovery of ancient science and philosophy, delaying advances that might have changed the course of history much earlier. Yet, fragments survived copies made by travelers, hidden in private collections, or stored in smaller libraries across the Mediterranean world. These remnants seeded the revival of knowledge in later centuries, influencing Islamic scholars, medieval Europe, and the Renaissance. Its mission inspired the creation of later institutions like Baghdad's House of Wisdom, where scholars once again gathered and translated the world's texts. Even today, The concept of a universal library echoes in modern archives, research networks, and the digital preservation of global knowledge. In Alexandria, the modern Bibliotheca Alexandrina stands as a tribute to its ancestor, symbolizing both memory and hope for humanity's intellectual heritage. Its granite walls are carved with scripts from every known language, honoring the diversity and ambition of the original library's mission. Yet, no building, however grand, can replace the irreplaceable works lost to history's storms and the fragile nature of human preservation. We can only imagine the discoveries that might have been made centuries earlier had these scrolls survived cures, inventions, and forgotten histories. The Library of Alexandria remains one of history's greatest symbols of both human aspiration and the devastating cost of cultural loss. Its story warns us that without protection, even the greatest achievements can be undone, leaving gaps in our collective memory. It reminds us that knowledge must be safeguarded, shared, and valued above political or personal gain if it is to survive the centuries. If you crave history that strikes like a blade and echoes through time, subscribe now and join us every week for legendary stories told in under 5 minutes. Which leader from history deserves their story told next? Comment below and help shape the future of this series. Your voice decides who conquers next. New epic shorts posted every weekday and full historical episodes every Saturday. This is not just history, this is the war drum of time. The image of burning scrolls against the dark Alexandrian sky remains one of the most haunting visions in humanity's story. Yet the dream of a place where all knowledge is gathered still inspires builders, scholars, and visionaries across the globe. The scholars who once walked its marble floors left an invisible legacy in the ideas that survived beyond its walls. Their dedication and curiosity prove that knowledge, once shared, can outlast stone, fire, and the passing of empires. Through preservation, we honor not only the Library of Alexandria, but every mind that contributed to its shelves. The library's fate is a reminder. Ideas are humanity's greatest treasure, and once lost, they may never be found again. The Library of Alexandria, a beacon of light in the ancient world, and a warning flame for all who value the pursuit of knowledge.